Hi everyone, Marty Janeski here, and today I'm joined with my good buddy Ken Brown, and we are your local sports wrap up. What is today? The 3rd of March, 4th
Yeah.
of March,
March 3rd.
first, second, third. It's the 4th. It's Tuesday.
Oh, it's the 4th.
Yeah,
It's the 4th.
It's not May the 4th. Be with you.
May the
Not
4th.
yet. It's March the 4th.
That's right. It's almost,
Anyway, we got a big slate tonight because bowling finals, wrestling finals, cheerleading finals, basketball districts. A lot going on in the world of high school sports. And we're going to start with bowling. And the reason why we're going to start with bowling is because I know a lot about bowling, contrary to popular belief. The girls' finals, Division I, and the boys' finals on Division I were held at Thunderbolt last Friday and Saturday. And the team event was Friday. The Downriver teams that qualified out of our division, Belleville and that Ypsilanti Lincoln team, neither one of them made the top 8. Team that competes against us all of the time, John Glenn.
Yeah.
That they got into the roll-off. They were the 5 seed, I believe, and lost. They went 5 games. They went down 2-0 in Bakers, won the next 2, and then lost the last Baker game. They bowled by 3 pins.
Oh, that's
Yeah, the
tough.
coach was a bit upset, but you know, can't play defense. She didn't tell me what score it was. They just said they lost by 3.
Yeah.
So, good, more power to them. I'm not sure who won it. I didn't even print that because it's not relevant to us here downriver. But on the girls' side, let's go with the boys' side real quick. A kid from Wayne Memorial named Lyman Derrick the third, a 10th grader. Kid has a unique approach. He grabs the ball two-handed, but when he runs up there, he backs it up. He throws like a left-hander, even though he throws it right-hander. And he was solid. He was solid down the stretch. He had 2 game blocks of 385, 428, 390, and in a championship match, he shot 490 against a kid from Utica, Dylan Harnden, who was trying to back-to-back it.
Oh, he was going for the back-to-back?
Yeah, and this little kid, and he's not a big boy, this Lyman Derrick. Not at all. But he shot 444, Dylan did. Where'd Lyman qualify? He qualified what? 5th, I think.
There he goes.
Yeah, that was the championship bout. He qualified 5th. The only kids in our, we had our regional championship champion, and that was Peyton Webster from Wyandotte Roosevelt. He got off to a slow start. It took a 210 average to get into the boys,
Yeah.
and Peyton shot 1080. Like I said, got off to a slow start. Finished strong, 181, 194, 224. Not enough. And the other kid, Dominic Alescu from Woodhaven, finished 2nd in our region. Come out the gate with 279. And then he had nothing to put with it, and he missed the cut by 28
28 pins.
Yeah. So he finished 85, 98, 92, but those needed to be 200 games, and then he was in.
No, after looking through it, like you said, the Lyman Derrick kid he bowled 227, 227, 225. He had 1 bad match at 183, but then he made up with the 247 and the 230, so he's averaging about 227.
Nice.
To get in, and that made him 5th, so.
Yeah, because the kids that lead it know how to bowl.
Yeah.
On the girls' side, we'll start with the locals that we had. Megan Murray, my girl, come out really strong. I mean, 68, 99, 65. Unfortunately, she didn't finish as strong, and she ended up bowled a poor last game, couple of bad breaks, and was in 45th place.
Yeah. What did she do last year?
She was higher up
32
than that,
or
but-
something like that.
Yeah, but she had a poor last game last year. Then the Woodhaven girl, Diamond Pastoris, she was in the mix. After 3 games, she was sitting about, I want to say 11th or 12th.
Yep, 197, 170, 198, so that will get her in the mix.
Then she shot a 137 game, and in the girls' game, you had to have 184, got you in the 16th. A 184 average, and you shoot a $130, you're falling a long way back.
Yeah, you're 50 pins back quick.
Yeah, and then she couldn't make it up. She ended up being 83 down from the number. Diamond bowled good, And the other local girl I like to highlight who was in the mix last year in our regional champ, Amber Spicer, who I know her dad Doug. And she didn't make it this year, finished 21st. She was really only 36 pins out of the number. Steady, but 90s and 80s, couple of 160s, and that'll throw you out the mix.
Yeah, that 36 is, yeah, right there.
But the girl we really want to talk about this show is who snuck in at regionals at 7th place, Aria Ragland, the Taylor girl. There she is right there. And I appreciate her stopping for that picture after she lost her second round. Aria throws the ball. She was second high average in the league this year, averaged 189.
Okay.
Good bowler. In her freshman year, 2 years ago, she qualified for the roll-off and lost in the first round. And she had a solid set. I mean, she come out the gate with 193, 224, and 150. But then she finished strong.
Yeah.
She come back with 216, 174, 210 to give her the 10 seed.
Yeah.
And then Aria, well, let's see. She
won.
She won her first match.
Yeah.
She come out the gate flying. All right, front six. And
6 in a row.
Unfortunately for who'd she bowl? Sophie Best from Livonia Churchill, the 7 seed. Sophie was devastated. That match was over in 6 frames.
Yeah.
You know, even though Aria shot 230, what does it say? 39 that game.
Yeah.
And Sophie had lost her composure by then, and unfortunately shot 139 game. Now, being the 7th seed, Sophie was. What'd she shoot? 1,200. She averaged 200 on the nose for the qualifying. And Aria, I mean, first match out of the way.
Yep.
Okay. Then she had to take on Tierra Henderson, who, it's a small world, is the granddaughter of Jimmy Burke, who I bowl with on Wednesday nights on my team.
Okay.
Yeah. And she throws the ball great. I had said she could win a state title when I saw her last year. She throws the ball better than me. I'll say that. But she's a lot younger, though.
Yeah, and she bowled a 198 and a 191 in that game, right?
Yeah, and she took care of Aria. Aria shot 170 the first game, missed the spare. You know, it's tough because you're competing. And second game, she was out of the mix, and it kind of got to her internally. And Tierra moved on, but then Tierra got beat moving down by the eventual champion.
Okay.
So, and you know, you can't change that. But what I want to say about Aria, I keep saying
Aria like the casino in Las Vegas.
There you go, like the casino in Las Vegas.
That's
Aria.
right. Aria.
Only one girl gets to go home happy. I remember my daughter being in this mix. I remember other girls that I coached being in this mix, and they all reacted the exact same way you did when you lost. They were upset. Because you don't go there to finish second. You don't go there to finish 10th.
That's right.
But there's news by winning your first match. She's all state.
Yeah.
And that is an accomplishment in itself. That you ended up as an all-state bowler. You can literally brag for a year that you're the best bowler downriver.
Definitely.
Because how many others are all-state downriver?
I didn't see any others up there.
Exactly. And the ones in this column right here, these 8, these are the all-staters.
That's right.
And there's only one of those 8 that went home happy. And her name was Madeline Gazzari. And she's from Novi, and she's a 12th grader. We won't have to deal with her next year.
Yeah, she's out of here. Congratulations, Aria. No, congratulations on the great performance.
Very cool. So now we also have the all Downriver League boys and girls. And getting that started, it's funny how it works. If you're the winning team, you get 3 picks. If you're the second place and third place team, you get 2 picks, and then everybody else gets 1 pick. And that's how that works. And on the boys' side, for Taylor, Ethan Jackson, Carter Adams, and Nathan Lamoureux. Sounds like a hockey name. All 3 of those finished in the top 6 in league average. That is why Taylor won the league on the boys' side. They had the horses.
Yeah. I think this is a great quote from the Downriver Herald or Stat, let's say, fun fact. It was the girls' bowling was dominated by the Roosevelt girls, who finished with a perfect 17-0 rank overall record.
Yeah, we're going to get to that.
Okay. I just want to make sure that we were getting to that.
Yeah, we're going to get to that.
Cause that is it. Yeah.
My boys were up front in that. Were you going to go boys not up front?
No,
or did it get mixed around?
I didn't. No, I was going to
Oh,
you.
going right
Give
to
you your
the-
kudos.
So,
Yeah.
on the boys' side, Peyton Webster and Connor Beto were the All-League bowlers, with Jaden Melton finishing as the honorable mention. And one more, Carlson, Jordan Bryson, and Joseph Alif.
So Roosevelt got 2 kids because they didn't win first.
Correct.
That's right.
And you get an honorable mention.
Yeah.
And last for that, Woodhaven's Dominic Alescu, who finished second to Peyton. Now you can get to the girls.
No, man, I just thought it was great, man. The girls from Wyandotte went undefeated, dominated the league 17-0. It's the first time in 7 years that a Downriver League bowling team has been undefeated. So I'll say congratulations to their coach and the players, obviously. But like the boys, the girls from the Bears had 3 bowlers to be named into All Downriver League, and that was Keegan McLean, who had the league's top overall average at 194. That 194 would have been good to get her into the state finals too.
I know, but she's upset. She's upset. Bowling is a funny thing. It happens.
Yeah, and then Ellie Eisenberg was 3rd, and she had 173 average, while another underclassman, Megan Murray, represented them in the D1 state finals for the 2nd consecutive year.
Megan was, come out the gate. I talked about it last week. She come out the gate with a $140, or she had 113 in the 9th, and she was losing it. I went and talked to her a little bit in her ear. I said, listen, what you did as the 9th grader, this year out of 56 bowlers, there were 3 9th grade girls in there, and only 2 boys. Okay, that's how hard it is for underclassmen to get in.
That's right.
Okay, so then I said, but you know what? You've had a good week of practice. We're going to get as many pins as we can this 10th frame, and then we're going to move to the next pair, and we're going to start throwing the ball like we did in practice. We're going to throw it slower and let it hook in there and get lined up back where you were. And after she doubled in the 10th, instead of like a 120 game, it was 141. Okay. And then she shot a $180, $190, and she was on her way.
Okay.
But she didn't get into the mix till the last game. She shot a good 190 last game, and she was like, I want to say 6th, and it moved her to 4th.
Okay.
So this year at the States, she just couldn't get all 10 to fall. With Megan, our honorable mention is my senior, Malin Ellis. Malin, it was nice to have her back. She threw the ball well all year. And then you got your Carlson and Anderson schools, Southgate, each had a pair of girls. Hannah Krolak was, she actually qualified for states in Division II.
Yeah.
She had a poor showing at the actual states, but she snuck in there 7th. Shot 202 her last game. Jumped right in there.
That's it.
Coach Krolak was a happy, proud little dad there.
You should have been.
Absolutely. And who else on their team? Ashlyn Chaplin. And she finished just outside. And the Southgate 2 girls, Lydia Bednar and Brinley Kennedy. And a nice picture in the Mellis of Ellie throwing it 2-handed.
Yeah, they got a nice 2-hand form going right there. She slings that thing, huh?
Yeah, she's I think she's the best 2-hander in the state. She's better than half the boys, literally. She's had better than half the boys, and just got to get her to the state finals next year. She could win it.
That's right.
And Diamond Pastorius, she had a good showing at states. She was Woodhaven's Downriver League All-League player. And Hannah, this girl from Trenton, Hannah, signed a letter. She's a softball player. She's already signed her letter of intent somewhere.
Okay.
Yeah, she averaged 160 this year, and isn't really a bowler. But the coaches make you bowlers.
That's right.
That's right. The ones that don't know what they're talking about. Like me. But funny, we've won 3 state titles in the last 6 years. In spite of their coach.
Yeah.
In spite of their coach. Let's go to hoops. Oh, no, let's go to wrestling.
A little wrestling.
Yeah, wrestling state finals for last week. And I'll start it off with 3 wrestlers made history with 4 state titles. Riverview's Gabriel Richard Sebastian Martinez, a top seed at 175, completed his four-peat. He had been the state champ at the 145, 157, and 165 weight class. This year he's 175. He had a 15-4 win over Lakeview's C.J. Copeland. And on the female side, Fowlerville's Margaret Burma at 145 pounds made a double dose of history, becoming the first woman, female, 4-time champ, because it's only been going 4 years.
Okay.
MS, they started it in 2022, and she was the 2 seed, and she edged last year's champ, Romeo's Belicia Manuel, 1-0.
Ooh.
Which doesn't matter. Could be 10-0, 1-0.
Yeah. Catchers duo.
And Burma in the last 3 years was at 115 pounds, 125 pounds, and 135 pounds, and then this year 145.
Yeah.
So as they grow, they move up in weight class.
And I think that makes me feel a lot better. Like, it seems more healthy. You know, like you came in 9th grade for Sebastian Martinez. He came in 9th grade at 145, and then he gained probably 10 pounds a year, 155, 165. So now senior year, he's 175.
I could do that in a month.
You know what I mean? But he didn't have to try to stay down. All the time you see wrestlers are trying to battle to make weight. They're letting them grow into it. Sebastian is actually the 40th person or male, maybe 41 with the girl that did it now.
Well, it's saying 38, 39, and 40, so he was the 40th.
He was the 40th wrestler to four-peat, and the first one downriver.
Yes, ever.
Yeah, ever.
In the in Division II, this kid Jackson Bloom from Lowell, he was one of the 39th or 38th, whatever.
Yeah.
I'd say they're all equal in
Yeah.
that point. A lot of stats about the kid, though.
No, the thing that I like about the Martinez kid is he actually said he was honest. He said, yeah, it's a big weight off of my shoulders of getting the four-peat, because he really wanted to achieve it. You know, a lot of times we pretend that we didn't really want that. Like, no, it was the same old, it was just another ball game or just this. No, he wanted to get it, you know, and he was happy to get it off his shoulders. So congrats to Sebastian.
And another Ann Arbor Pioneer player, the Richard player, Luke Harrington, he competed for his state title. He settled for runner-up. You know, and that's one of his buddies. That's one of his good buddies.
Yeah, it seems like they had like 9 kids that made the state championship this year, wrestlers.
Remember a couple of years back when what was it, D.C.? It was
Capitan?
Birmingham, Brother Rice. Brother Rice had like 16 kids at states. Yeah, they had 8 or 9.
Yeah, that's what Gabriel Richard did. Yeah, and then 3 of them won it.
Very nice.
But that was good, man. And he was, and Sebastian Martinez was happier for his teammates. He said that made the experience better. One of the kids was the hardest worker, and then his best friend won a state championship too.
That's cool.
So that's a good job for Gabriel Richard.
That's cool that they. Very cool that he's cheering them on also, you know.
Yeah, makes the experience dope, man.
Ford Field had to be rocking, you know. It just had to be. I don't know how many divisions were at Ford Field. They might have had them all.
Yeah, I bet they had enough room, yeah, for sure.
You could put, what were we figuring? You could probably put 10 mats in there.
Yeah,
5
easy.
on each side.
Yeah.
And then just whoever's watching, you just walk around the concourse and figure it out.
Yeah, we have to go check one out.
Yeah, in my copious spare time, absolutely.
Yeah,
You got a bunch of that too.
Yeah, right around the time you're bowling. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll always be at the, knock on wood,
Yeah.
I'll be at the state finals with my team next year.
That's right.
Because we're going to do it next year.
I missed last week's show, Coach. How many pins were you guys off?
130.
Okay.
But you know, for 18 games, that was 7.5 pins a game.
Ouch.
Yeah, ouch is the word.
Yeah.
Because that's a mark. That's carrying a hit that didn't carry, and then you missed the spare. You know, that's what that was. And we started poorly. And we snapped out of it, but it wasn't a good day. And again, I talked about it last week. Belleville finished their Bakers with 2-0, 2-0, 230. We finished our Bakers 180, 180, 160. but we fell behind.
Yeah.
You know, shit. I mean, heck, that was 100 pins right there.
Yeah.
Basketball.
Basketball.
Basketball. A lot going on in basketball. Getting the district settled in. The newly crowned Downriver League champs, the Lincoln Park, my alma mater, Lincoln Park Rail Splitters, defeated the Allen Park Jags once more by a final score of 58-50, earning the district championship.
What's not? Yeah, that means there's going to be a lot of heavy lifting coming, because if they got out the district, it's going to be tough. But that's good for the Rail Splitters.
Yes, it was a funky game, I will say. I mean, Lincoln Park at the first quarter, 16-12, was at the end of one. Secondly, at the bottom, it was 30-22 at the half.
And it talks about the defensive intensity the Rail Splitters had going in the first quarter and the second quarter, so they were ramping up the defense, trying to get ready for it, so that's good.
And you've always said, you know, that can wear you out, though.
Yeah.
If you're pressing and pressing and pressing, that it can wear you out.
Definitely, but it also works the other way, where it's wearing out the other team too. And then, but your team, long as you can interchange parts, it's a good look. So that's how they did it?
Yeah, and then through the third quarter, it was pretty even through the third quarter. Lincoln Park carried a 4-point lead into the fourth, 43-39.
Ooh.
And then, it's funny, it says here, Allen Park came roaring back, making it a whole new ball game, tying it up with 5:08 remaining, which that place had to be rocking because they were in Allen Park.
Definitely.
They were in Allen Park.
But what?
The Lincoln Park 13-5 for that last 5 minutes. They won the last 5-minute game, 13-5.
Yeah, and they won 13-5 in that final quarter. Allen Park did still have two heroic individual efforts. Brandon Powell and Weston Glee combined for 48 of the 50 points that the Jags scored.
Wow.
Glee exploded for a game-high 31 points, and then Powell had 17.
So this kid was, you can't stop me.
Yeah, he was dealing, yeah.
Interesting factoid down here, though, up next. Go ahead.
Okay. Yeah, so next, Lincoln Park gets a chance to play Dearborn High in the regional semifinals on Tuesday, so that's today. The Rail Splitters, first of the two semis that evening, with the battle against Temperate Bedford.
Ooh.
So they're playing at Dearborn High, and they're playing Bedford.
Correct. And then Bedford, to get to where they're at, they rolled Brownstown Woodhaven and Carlson by a combined 60 points.
Oh, yeah.
And that's two good teams in our Downriver League.
Definitely.
They were battling for the league title. Lincoln Park just happened to sneak by, really beat both of them down the stretch.
Yeah, they might run into a buzzsaw. But no, at least the good part, Lincoln Park's closer to home. Maybe the people will travel well.
Yeah.
We'll get over there, get a home field advantage in Dearborn.
There you go. So good luck to my alma mater, Lincoln Park basketball. They're playing that right now, right? Yeah.
Well, we're early today.
We're early today, but they're playing today. We'll have the results next week. Hopefully they can pull it all together. Last but not least, let's talk competitive cheer.
Oh, okay.
If I had to pick somebody that was going to win competitive cheer in Division I, it would be, it might be their Division II. My bad, their Division II. It'd be Allen Park or Woodhaven, wouldn't it?
All the time. All the time. But more times than not, at least 5 out of the last 6 years, it's been Allen Park. So Allen Park did it again, and they did it by more than 3 points. And you know how a lot of times we go down and it's like .67, and it's all these little half a points in the difference. They won by a full 3 points this time, so they must be getting better. So congratulations to Allen Park for the Division III Competitive Cheer State Championship, 5 out of 6.
791 to 788, basically.
Yeah.
791.90, almost 792.
Definitely.
To 788. Carlton Airport was third. Walled Lake Western was fourth. Jags led wire to wire.
As you would anticipate, Some of the praise that Coach Goodwin said, though, was this is one of the hardest working teams they've had at Allen Park. So that says a lot if you can win 5 out of 6, and this is one of the hardest working teams.
And you know, the funny thing is, it's their, where did it say here? It's their 7th. 7 state championships, so, and they didn't start getting them until 2010. So they've won 7 out of 14,
Yeah.
basically.
Yeah.
And Woodhaven's won all the other ones. Let's not fool anybody.
That's right.
Because if you look at the total amounts, or it's Carlson, my bad.
Yeah.
Carlson has 12, Allen Park has 7, and the most in state history is Rochester. Carlson 3rd, Breckenridge has 10, and they're the 4th most. So Gibraltar Carlson used to be the team to beat, but I think the last few years here, it's been
It's a changing of the guard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Carlson. They're solid though. They get them kids to start with little league football, them little 6-year-olds cheering on the sidelines, and they do it their whole lives.
Yeah.
So as we wrap up, and we're going to have to shortly here, I got a letter of intent. Oh, by the way, the kid the Matt kid, Gabriel Shart Sebastian Martinez, he's signed on to the Air Force.
Okay.
He's going to wrestle for the Air Force, but he's enlisting in the Air Force.
Nice.
So that's very cool.
Yeah, that's real cool.
Yeah, so that's a letter of intent. Thought we'd mention that.
No, congratulations.
Yeah, and then Connor Baker. He's signed on to play ice hockey at Adrian College. He's got, what was his, he was a defense, saw some time as a forward. A senior in over 70 career games for Allen Park, finished with 34 points. He's a defensive defenseman, apparently. 10 goals, 24 assists. 3-year varsity player, though, so he was playing in 10th grade.
Yeah.
And, you know, when them 9th and 10th graders at bowling against them 12th grade women. All right, we got to wrap it. What do you got? One more thing.
Copeland Senior Citizen Center. You can go in there and do a shuffleboard for $2 drop-in.
All right. Well, I'm Marty, and that's Ken. And we are your hosts. We will see you next week. Thanks for watching. And we'll talk more. More Bears? Yeah. We'll find something.
Spring sports are coming.
Yeah.